Right, we're back in the big board and we've got number 6. And number 6 was all about being careful, right? So we want to be careful, especially when it comes to money, obviously. But at the same time, we're going to look at this in 7 minutes. And in those 7 minutes, we're going to be doing things slightly different, but we will still have the real life example, which is a brick. So is this right for you? Well, goodness me, when people are trying to build something up that they're going to depend on and rely on, when they start drawing it down, it means that it's very important to do it as well as possible. And it's not all about throwing money at something, right? That's one element, that's number 1, but there's another 11 bits in that list that we want to focus on. And if we don't focus on these 11 bits, it can be so much harder. If we do, it can be so much easier with even get the results you want. I needed to put less money aside. We'll come back to that in silver as well. So it's important as well for the people. So many people want to do it different ways and they just rely on different things to give them the results they want. But when it's time for the future, my famous quote was, "I wish I knew then what I know now." That said, we're now going to move further forward because, believe it or not, I'm not going to use the whiteboard and I'm not going to use a pen. So we're going to do it slightly different, and I want you to just follow this through at the stage, and even though a bronze understanding, start thinking, right? So as we start thinking, it gets a bit darker and a bit darker, and it's going to get more dark because it's in the head. I'm going to see you in a second in the head and try and introduce the silver thoughts. Yep, this is something else, and it's all about understanding things, and I understand a lot of things quite well, but you know, maybe I wanted to look at this just for a bit of interest actually. And this is all about something that, you know, I understand. I'm not sure I need it because it's all about understanding things that are quite boring, and it's about understanding things that involve my money, and you know, I want to make sure this works. But these money things, sometimes like magic. Is it going to make money or lose money? And it's like, I want it to make money, but I want to know more. So I started thinking a little bit about this, and I've started thinking I do need money from somewhere, and when it's not work anymore and I'm working all my life and I stop, where's it coming from? So I've realised it's not even about the money I'm going to put in, it's about the money I've got, like my pension and stuff. What the heck's going on in there sometimes? And could I change it? Could I get a better result? I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to understand it because I know it's made of loads of things. It's like there's lots of areas. I know the basics of it. It's gold and it's silver and it's bonds or commodities, or it's the property, or it's even little more important things like bonds or stocks or shares, as people say. Well, it's just people's opinions sometimes, and I'm not 100% sure what to do, but I do want to know what's the best thing to do, and I do want to understand it's not all about just investing stuff. It's all about understanding my allowances and my rights in my country, what I can do, things like that. So I'm getting annoyed with this. I'm getting frustrated. I don't know why I haven't learned this sooner. I don't know why I haven't spent time on it. And I want to take it further because I'm going to rely on it all later. So I've decided I'm going to look at it into a lot of detail. I want to know more, and I want to make better decisions because it's other people who are doing things. What are other people doing? And why didn't I learn this at school? We all have to do it. We all have to learn and live off it, but I wasn't taught this. So maybe it's because I don't understand it. It's because why didn't you come to me sooner? They all would know we're going to have to do this. So I want to know what other people like me are doing who are getting a better result. I want to know people like me have spent time on it and what are they going to get results that will help them. And if I spend more time on it, maybe I might get a better result. And the interesting thing is I don't have to actually put money anywhere yet. I just need to check what I've done so far and prove it's doing well. And that's what I've got already. So, you know what? This is important and I want to know more. Right, so we're back to normal, but at the same time, that's how some people can think. We're back in the situation, but at the same time, it's something that everyone is different in different ways, and we're not saying this is you, but if it is a way you're thinking about certain things, there's also something we're going to do first, which is look at the pillar. And this is all about do not ignore things, but it's not just about ignoring things either. You might pay attention, but it means do not do later. And this is why you're getting a formal warning. And the formal warning is now making sure that things work efficiently for you. Do not ignore things as I'm trying to build money up and save and put money somewhere, and then later on I need to draw it all down and try and live off it. I cannot just concentrate on one item. There's another 11 items for me to focus on and try and make it work, and that's why general plan is here. He wants you to focus on it, but we're going to take it further, because when you start looking at it and I've built all this money up, it can be I'm going to take this off and I'm going to draw all this down and live with it, but at a certain time it can be that it's empty, there's nothing there. So the whole system we're trying to put together is something that works for you, and you might be thinking something like this. But at the same time, you might be thinking something like this. But either one, it doesn't matter, we still want a question from you. And when we take number 6 across and we score it, red, amber, green, the question to add to the checklist is, are you gonna ignore the other items? Yes or no? And if you do, you might need me to come and take control of you.